Previously on the Sunless Citadel.
I think we should do something about Thorn in terms of maybe hiding him so that, the kobolds don't see an enemy.
Meepo, who's are these you bring to our community? Is it people that will help us? Help finding our dragon?
I will do everything in my power to return this heir to you.
Just beware of the outcast. Beware of the druid down in the garden. Meepo appears. I am supposed to go with you. Alright, we can go.
Throughout the vastness of the multiverse, there lies a tavern. As you approach its doors, you catch bubbles of laughter that rise and burst into cheers as colorful groups of travelers find comfort in their bonds. As you head inside, the smile of the tavern keeper greets you. They're an otherworldly being with a bluish, corporeal form. They wear attire befitting of an innkeeper, and they have a large, cloudy nebula for hair speckled with stars, which gently sways with their movement.
Welcome to the Storyteller's Tavern, where stories are served like ale and a seat is open for you at every table. Tonight's special is the Sunless Citadel, an epic adventure of high fantasy with notes of friendship, danger, and most importantly, hope. Will our adventure survive the descent into the dungeon, or is there a darker calamity taking root far from the sun's reach?
Methuselah, remember what I was saying before about how we're here to listen to you?
Oh yes, I remember that.
I think this might be one of those times where you need us to listen to you.
Oh well, I think it's just the dragon on the door there. It looks scary, very scary dragon.
Insight.
Roll it again.
Thorn will help again.
19.
Still beats it. When Methuselah sees dragons, they look actually scared. Methuselah now isn't scared. It's more like, I want to avoid whatever this means because this is trouble.
Is there something wrong with the door that makes you more cautious?
Well, as I said, it's the dragon on it. It doesn't look very nice. It's very scary.
Well, yeah, it's a dragon, but this isn't how you usually respond to dragon imagery, Methuselah.
Well, I've seen a lot of dragon imagery today, so maybe my fears are sort of wearing off in a weird way.
Well, maybe we'll leave the door for later then.
Or never. We don't have to go through this door at all. Let's keep going.
Does Seeker notice the writing?
I would say that yes, you were close enough to Methuselah, who was close to the door. So even though I can easily imagine that throughout this conversation, Methuselah was trying to distance themselves from the door, you were already close enough to notice the writings, the draconic writings, because now even if you don't know how to read it, at least you know how to identify based on previous draconic scriptures that you have seen.
Methuselah, do you mind answering one more question that I have?
Sure, if it means we can get away from the door.
Yeah, absolutely. What does it say on the door? What does that writing mean?
Oh, it's just some strange gibberish. It's nothing really.
I think Mortis wants to inside this point. He's like, wait a minute, that seems kind of sus.
Will you finally see through me, Mortis?
We'll see.
Actually, do you want me to roll it? Because I have a special feature.
Sure. Yeah, I'll help you.
Is that okay? 16.
Yes, it does seem suspicious.
I mean, if it's truly troubling to you, Methuselah, you don't have to. I'm just curious, because, as someone who wants to learn things, I'm very curious, as you know. So, won't you help me out with that?
It says, in Draconic, don't go in this room. All who enter shall perish
in a terrible and horrible way by fire and poison and all manners of terrible things.
Wow, it didn't seem all that long, but
Well, you see, Draconic sort of has a different sort of like phonetic patterns. They sort of put things together in their symbol, so it might look small, like these are specific words. They're actually like sentences long.
Can I help whoever's doing insight do insight?
you're about
Yeah,
to
I'm-
help Methuselah. I was like, bestie.
Yeah,
Guys.
I'll do the insight. Yeah.
How much was the check?
Dirty 20.
Yeah, it's a 16. It doesn't pass.
Man, these scripts and languages are just so different than what you guys know. There's no way to know, really.
Well, I suppose that does make some sort of sense, but I doubt these goblins know much about Draconic, so it's entirely possible that they may not have seen this warning and ventured through there.
Maybe so. Well, if we want to get to the community, we probably shouldn't go through this door specifically.
Well, we'll consider it an option in case this first lead doesn't go anywhere significant.
Can Thorn like jiggle the handle of the door?
You guys do see Thorn get close to the door, see the handle that is just intricately protruding out of the carving of the hand of the skeletal dragon, and you try out the handle. The handle twists, but unfortunately you don't feel a click, you just hear the click. And there is this blade just swoops down from the roof, and it seems to be almost like a scythe kind of blade because it's connected to two little pieces of wood that falls down and goes straight into that line in the middle of the door. To hit, it is a 24. So you guys suffer a total of 9 slashing damage. Like, from some of you guys, it's like a quick slash. For Thorn, is the hand that is caught, and it gets slashed and hurt, but not cut off. You guys all duck instinctively with the first moments of pain from the cut, but you guys see the scythe hitting the wall and door exactly where the line hits, and then shortly after, as the trap starts to come back up, and you guys see on the roof exactly a opening for the blade to readjust itself and locks itself up.
Thorn goes,
Nah! Methuselah was right.
Yes, I was wrong about the sort of type. A translation issue. Now I see that it says big blade falls down.
Once we all recover from being hit by these blades, Morse is just gonna quickly turn his head towards Thorn and just be like, Thorn!
Well, I was testing Methuselah's theory.
Yes, we could have been killed.
Yes, let's try not to do that again.
Yes, Ice agrees. Meepos, what is Meepos doing?
You guys look around and you see Meepo. He's just inside of the basin of the dried up fountain, and he's like having difficulty walking. It's almost as if like he's trudging on mud, heading towards the statue.
Thorn's gonna like run over to the fountain and be like,
Meepo, what's you doing?
Huh? Oh, I mean, we don't know this area, so I was thinking if I could really look at this dragon, I could tell the leader, so she can, I don't know, come here and see if it is worth anything for us, or if we should start, making a shrine. I don't know. I just wanted to make a way to stand out and to apologize for losing the dragon.
Well, if we're not going through this door, and there seems to be nothing in here that would suggest there's any sort of puzzles to move on, we can keep going, I imagine, unless anyone wants to do anything else.
I mean, I just wanted to check the statue. What? It says something on the stone step that I took to go up here. So I wanted to see if there was more writing here too. let me come out. Within the basin, you guys see that there seems to be a thin layer of soot and scum, almost. So it's catching the feet of Meepo as he's making his way really quickly. And after you guys wait just a few moments, he's able to catch up to the edge of the basin, and he kind of like plops himself out of the basin and goes, "Look, he says here, yeah, be fire." And he points at a section of the edge of the basin, and it has a draconic writing in it too.
Can I see what it says?
You are able to read it. Let there be fire.
Anything of note?
Well, it says let there be fire, so...
And with that, the mouth of the statue glows in an orange color. And with it, a fountain of liquid fire comes out. And when it hits the bottom of the basin, the inside, it lights up, and the whole fountain becomes what is the equivalent of this huge bonfire. Now it's magically lit. But the interesting thing is that although you guys feel the warmth and you feel the thing coming out of this very vibrant liquid that behaves almost like fire, at least its molders like fire, it's not fire itself. It's actually liquid, and it stays in that area, illuminating the entire room.
Well, this doesn't bode well.
I am so happy I'm not in there.
Yes, I'm glad you're not in there either, Meepo.
Thorn hugs Meepo and goes, "We almost lost another one."
Yes, Meepo, but no, we did not lose me.
Well, maybe we should also be very careful about the things that we read and say aloud.
Fair point. There seems to be a fair bit of trickery going on these days.
Thorn cannot read unless he's reading it out loud.
Should I drink it?
No, don't drink it.
But what if I gain fire? What if I breathe fire like dragons?
I don't think... I'm not really an expert on the sort of magic involved that allows dragons to breathe fire, but I don't think that's how they have this ability. I don't think this is magic. I think it's magic, but, I don't think it'll do anything.
Come on, Meepo. Let's keep going and find the dragons.
Alright. Meepo acts very slowly as he tries to put a finger on the liquid.
Can Thorn grab him by his wrist and just start dragging him towards the hallway?
No, wait, I got a drop. It's on my finger. It's good. It's okay. It doesn't burn me.
It doesn't burn you?
No.
Are you lying?
No.
Can Thorn go over to the fountain and just shove his whole hand in it?
Warm liquid, but doesn't burn you.
He'll take his hand out and he'll take a little taste.
You get a little taste. A few drops that came into your gutlet. It kind of warms your esophagus as it goes down, and then you get a and you do a burp, a barf. But this barf comes out with of smoke and a little bit of a candlelight.
Meepos was right.
I was right.
This is a very strange room.
Yes, we should chug the whole fountains.
What have I said about drinking strange liquids?
Meepo is running towards the fountain now.
Oh no, I don't know if we should be doing this. Last time we sort of started eating and drinking weird things. It made us all very sick later.
Meepo jumps in.
Thorn jumps in after him.
Bathed by the warm liquid, you guys drink up a little bit, as just same way as kids drink up a little bit of the pool water when they jump inside. When you guys submerge back into outside of the liquid, you guys are looking at each other and start breathing fire, the two of you.
Can Thorn fill his water skin full of this stuff?
Yeah, you can. You have 4 pints worth of this liquid.
Mortis just turns to Methuselah. Why do I even try?
I don't know. I mean, this is very entertaining, although very, very strange.
Well, if something happens to his throat later down the line, he can't come whining to me about it.
Oh, Mortis, I think we all know that you would still help him out.
You're right.
I am a dragon now! And Meepo does another bark.
Oh, careful where you aim that. You don't want to catch us, the rest of us, on fire.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Thorn goes, I has an idea! And he's gonna pick Meeple up by under his like armpits and start like pointing him towards things like he's like a freaking weapon.
What? Which? What? Where?
Now breathe fire!
And Meeple breathes down another blast of fire towards the direction that Thorn points.
Yeah, and Thorn is just like swinging around and like this absolute chaos of fire as Meeple's just like exploding fire out of his mouth.
I hide behind Yorick.
Seeker's gonna hide behind Mortis.
Stop immediately.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Thorn will put Meeple down outside of the fountain and climb out himself and do like a dog shake.
Well, if you've both had enough, perhaps we could move on.
Yes, Meepo is ready to keep going.
Yeah, forward.
And just a little smoke comes out, but no fire.
Oh,
Well, at least Nepo brought some of the special fire, whatever it is, with him.
yes. Good job, Meeple. You're smart.
Yes, I do my best.
So, you guys proceed forward to the Nets area. About 30 feet ahead, the light of the fountain still illuminates for a better part of this hallway, but then it starts to go back into darkness. You guys reach what seems to have been once a crossroads of sorts between the hallways. You can proceed ahead. You can also proceed to your left, where there seems to have a door 20 feet into this hallway to the left. And unfortunately, the hallway to the right has been completely caved in. You have about 5 feet before you reach the blocked off area. But ahead, there seems to have doors in each side of the hallway and about 40 feet ahead. And that's where the end of your dark vision kind of like gets really difficult for you to see.
Well, what do we want to do? Do we want to check out the door beside us or head down the hall to see the mess ahead?
Well, after what happened last time, I'm a bit cautious about trying to open doors.
Well, we could sort of go up slowly and cautiously and put an ear to it.
That sounds agreeable.
Is there any, there's no inscriptions on this door? Does it look like a plain door, or...
It seems like a plain door.
Can I put my ear to it and see if there's anything behind it, like crackling bones?
You put your ear to it, and it's dead quiet inside.
Well, it seems quiet in here.
Can Thorn roll something to try to inspect the door for something like traps?
Go for it. You can roll an investigation check, please.
I got an 11.
You do investigate the door to the best of your ability. It just seems to be a bit stuck. There's no extra mechanisms, nothing that would add more to this door than what its intended purpose is.
Seems normal to Thorn.
Well, this one seems untrapped then. Do we want to go through or keep going?
Well, I suppose it's worth a look at least, see what all our options are.
Would you like to go first?
Sure. And then Mortis, still greatsword in, he's still leaning it on his shoulder. He slowly walks up to the door. Is there any resistance in the door when I try to open it, or?
With just a little bit of pressure, the door opens. And it's another empty room. It has another door within this room to your right, further down in the actual room. But there just seems to have a bit of dust, and that's it.
Well, there's another path forward here, another door, but I'm not sure if it leads anywhere in particular.
Well, if we were open to it, we could try this path.
Well, I suppose it's worth a try. Worst case, we can always come back.
Indeed.
Yes, Nepo agrees.
Well, let's carry on then.
This room is empty. Therefore, all that you do is go towards the door across from it. What else do you do?
Can I listen to hear any sounds coming from the other side of the door?
Roll for me a perception check.
I got an 18.
So with your 18, you hear something very, very quiet, very distant, but you can't discern what it is, but you do hear something.
Well, it seems like there's something behind here, but it seems far away. Like it might not be in the next area, but maybe a bit further.
Could I roll to see if there's any signs that Faith has been here?
Roll a survival check.
I got a 14.
Seeker looks around, and with that roll, you do see steps. Small steps. Must have been a creature just about the same size as either Thorn or Meeple. But there is a very faint trace of dragging.
Hey guys. It looks like something small was dragging something.
Well, we can sort of hear something ahead. Maybe they're close.
This might have been where the goblins took the dragon.
I can check this door for traps.
We should go quickly then. Just in case these are the same people that took the dragon, or maybe even the people that took Faith.
Can I quickly roll for investigation to check the door for traps before we go?
Right ahead. Roll an investigation for me.
Natural 20, so that's a 24.
On the exterior of the door, it doesn't seem like there is anything in addition to it. But you do see as if there was some sort of like string on the very top. And you have a very interesting gut feeling that you decide to trust it. You open the door just a smidge, and on it you can see that on the other side of the door, about a foot away from the door, there seems to have been some sort of like rudimentary bell, and there's a string that connects to the door, so when the door is open completely, the bell rings.
What do you see?
There's a bell attached to the door, so if Sweetworst opens the door, then whoever is on the other side seems would be able to hear us.
I see, so it's like an alarm.
Yes, like an alarm.
We should try to do something to maybe disable the alarm.
Thorn's gonna point at Seeker and go,
Maybe you can cut the strings with one of the stabby daggers you have.
Yeah, I could do that.
I need you to do a dexterity check.
10.
You go and you try to cut it. Unfortunately, your blade is not as sharp as it could have been. So when you do the swing, it does cut, but it kind of drags the string a little bit, and that makes the bell ring.
Would you allow me to do a quick reaction to stop? Like, I know it'll probably still make a slight sound, but like to just cut it off.
In your panic, Methuselah extends their hand, and the glove easily slips out of the wrist and grabs on to the bell, making it stop from ringing in any further. It did ring a little, but you do stop from ringing in any further. You're in plain sight, and everybody sees your hand extending further than it is, going out of the wrist area and grabbing onto the bell.
I will say that Methuselah's jacket does cover up like the wrist, so you wouldn't be able to see that, but you know.
Violet, you just see a magic trick where a glove stands out, and then you just see the end of a jacket arm, but no hand.
Methuselah, how did you do that?
Mage hands.
Yes, but where's your hands?
Oh, it's here, and I'm gonna just wave my coat over.
Did you lose your hands at some point? That's terrible.
Yes, yes. I lost one hand in, I fought a pirate who had...
What Methuselah is trying to say, sorry, Zaze gets very flustered because it was very traumatic, but the dragons imprisoned them, ate one of his hands, and made it so now that when he uses that hand, they uses it as a mage hand.
Oh yes, that's exactly what happened, and I sort of use mage hand to supplement the lost hand.
Oh, well, that's tragic. But, I don't want you to feel as though you needed to hide this from us. We Well, I can only speak for myself, but I certainly wouldn't have judged you. I've known many warriors who have lost limbs in combat. It happens.
I see. I just, it's not something that people sort of expect, But it's nice to hear that, you're not going to judge over such a silly thing.
And then I'm gonna call the hand back, zip, right back in place.
That is quite a useful trick. It's a wonder we haven't been using it this whole time. Well, if anything, I think that's pretty cool. You could move your hand around and do stuff. Flesh hands are boring anyways.
Yes, I do find it quite useful. Definitely a very unique tool to have.
Well, perhaps we should move on before whoever rigged that trap comes to check it.
And we should probably be careful and quick about it.
The hand is not the only thing that returns to Methuselah, as a arrow hits Methuselah. Please take from me 6 piercing damage. In addition, I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
16.
Because of that check, you do not get the poison condition. This door leads to a hallway. Across from the hallway, which is 40 feet, there's a door with a small, rustic, garbage-made palisade, and 2 goblins are shooting arrow now at you guys. Now, everybody roll for initiative. Seeker, your initiative.
8.
Methuselah,
23.
Thorn,
19.
and Mortis.
I also got an 8, but Seeker is a higher thing, so they go first.
Alright, then top of the round, Methuselah.
I'm gonna step into the room and I'm gonna hold my hands out, and the arrow is still stuck in me, and I'm gonna be like,
Don't worry, we're not here to attack. We can talk, maybe instead of fighting.
You hear a kind of jittery language from the other side of the small palisade. Additionally, I need you to roll for me a dexterity saving throw.
10.
You step onto a very sharp caltrop. When you look down, and you guys notice this now too, this place is littered with caltrops. You were more distracted with the arrow that came in flying, and that did not allow you guys to notice the caltrops on the ground. To walk through here, unless you want to get yourselves hurt, is to take your time, and basically it's difficult terrain.
I was gonna ask, can Thorn understand what they were saying from down the hall?
You hear,
Oh, poison didn't work! Shoot it again!
roll for me a intelligence check.
I got an 18.
Your chest drops as this voice sparks something like a voice you might have heard a long time ago. It's been way too long.
As my last sort of incidental in this turn, I'm gonna just take out my coin purse and kind of jingle it, kind of realizing that they probably don't understand me. So I'm like, look, I have money. I'm here to trade.
Thorn, it is your turn.
Thorn is gonna peek his head through the door and in Goblin say,
Hey, you down there! It's Thorn Sempervirens! Do you remembers me? I think I've heard you before.
There is a quiet silence, and with the same jittering language, replies to Thorn.
Serpentarius? Use exiled!
Yes, a while ago. Yes, we were, but I've come back. We've had many things to talk about. Listen, myself and some people's with me. We don't want to hurt you. We just need to talk to you.
And then's your prisoners?
Asks the goblin behind the palisade.
Yes, I captured all of them as Thorns' prisoners.
When's fine?
Can I roll a wisdom save?
Yes, you can.
I got a 14 for my wisdom save.
You cannot keep your composure with the clear mention of your late father's name. What does Thorn do?
Probably starts laughing completely maniacally, just uncontrollably maniacally laughing.
In the back of your mind, you hear the laughter, the very ethereal and dark laughter But you also hear, amidst all your sheer panic and the laughter of your patron,
Yeah, Thorns is broken. Yeah, let's just shoot them to poison them and bring them to Balak.
now it is the goblin's turn. They shoot again. Another arrow flies, and it hits the left arm of Seeker. A total of 4 piercing damage is inflicted. And now I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
9.
You feel this weird numbing sensation from your arm, and you start to feel lethargic to the point that you can't really move for you don't know how long, but you are paralyzed. And the goblin ducks behind the palisade. Next is the next goblin that peeks up and shoots an arrow. It literally whispers its way past Seeker again, but it does not hit. Next is Mortis.
Alright, I feel like Mortis is gonna go into action mode. He already has his sword out, so he's gonna rush over, fully like kick the door open. FBI, open up. He's gonna. Can he make it to them?
The door's already open.
Well, yeah, but I assume it wasn't fully open because I assume.
Apparently it
No.
was.
It was.
Well, I know it was open, like enough for them to see. Whatever.
Just let him kick it open.
Just let me have
You
my.
kick the rest of the
Closes-
door open.
Like kick the door
No, no,
off
no.
its hinges.
He closes the door so he can kick it
Exactly.
again.
When he kicks it over, just
How far are they from the door?
They are 40 feet. If you decide to go carefully, not to hurt yourself as you go, you need to go 80 feet because it doubles your path. But if you just want to charge, you can do that. It's just that it will hurt you a certain amount per feet.
Mortis is gonna take a second to reassess.
Kicking the door? Wait a minute.
I might have not thought this through. So I'll sheathe his greatsword. He's gonna pull out a javelin as his bonus action, and he's gonna throw it at one of the goblins.
Go for your attack.
That's a 19.
A 19 hits. Roll for the damage.
There's 9 damage.
You pick up the javelin, wind it up, and tosses it. It goes with incredible speed, accuracy so well that it hits the goblin in the head, and it just flies it behind the palisade. Then you hear the jittering again, which Thorn understands as
Rescue now!
As his reaction, he's just gonna shout out and be like, "Stand down, and no harm will come to you."
all right, Seeker, your turn.
What on earth could they do?
Constitution saving throw.
18.
Very numbly, you feel your strength coming back. It just took a few seconds, but the experience, it's disorienting. That is basically your turn. Top of the round, Methuselah.
How far away is Thorn from me?
Thorn is literally beside you.
And then, like, if I look at Thorn, like, what do I see?
like tears streaming down Thorn's face and like causing his like paint to run while he's also hysterically laughing and like gripping his stomach because he's laughing so hard it hurts.
So I kind of play on Yorick this very like soft and calming sound, but I know that Thorn isn't really like into music, so I play it very like delicately. I play a song of two star-crossed lovers who befell tragedy out of misunderstanding, thinking that the love of his life was dead, and I'm going to touch Thorn in like a very serenading way, and I'm gonna give Romeo's wisdom, which is basically me casting enhance ability, so now you have advantage on wisdom saves.
It is a beautiful melody that you only half listen because you're still in your panicked mode. Thorn, it is your turn.
Can I roll a wisdom save?
Yes, you can.
4.
I think you just fall to the ground laughing.
Yeah, I agree. You touch Thorn and you're like, you go little buddy, and then he like, the moment your hand comes off of him, he like falls to your feet like crying with laughter.
Oh my, that didn't work like I thought it would.
I think in Goblin, he'll just be like, stop! Let's not fight, make it stop!
It is important to say that all of you guys hear a small little like landing sound and then scurrying on the other side of the palisade. Mortis, it is your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna dash and just going carefully, just try to move as close as I can across this hallway.
Anything else you'd like to do?
Nah, I don't think there's anything I need to do. Just get as close as possible.
Seeker of the Wind, it is your turn, and your body is back. You're still feeling a little bit sore, a little bit numb, but your body is back.
Can I use my cunning action and feline agility?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so essentially that will double my speed to 120 feet.
You not only are able to carefully pass by the hallway, you get to the palisade, and it's just 3 feet tall. That's where you see 3 other goblins waiting behind the small makeshift barrels and garbage to create cover for whoever it was supposed to enter. And they all have arrows, and they loosen those arrows at you. With cat-like reflexes, you see all 3 arrows soaring through the sky towards you, and you just quickly do one of those like "Wow!" You jump within your own space. The first arrow hits the ground where it would have hit your leg. Then you quickly sidestep to the left where the other 2 hits the wall instead of hitting your chest. And you dodged all the arrows. Now what do you do?
Can I attack with my rapier?
Yeah, you speed towards the closest one. Do your attack.
22 to hit.
Yeah, that's a hit. Roll for the damage.
6.
You stab it right into the gut, and it irks backwards, holding the area that was stabbed into. Top of the round, Methuselah.
Alright, I'm gonna see Thorn now on the ground. I hope this works, and I'm going to sort of play on Yorick again, a more jovial sound as the strings kind of glow in a rainbow hue as I give bardic inspiration to poor Thorn. And before I leave, I'm gonna give Thorn a little pat on his head to be like, I hope you're okay. And then I'm gonna move a bit closer.
Carefully moving as fast as you can, you get as close to Mortis. Thorn.
Can I do another wisdom save?
Yes, you can.
Use your bardic inspiration.
15.
15, you're starting to calm down, and you are able to collect yourself.
Can I stand up?
I'll allow that, yes.
Can I go over to Meepo?
You can, yeah.
Can I just hug him? Can we just chill together? Can he hold me as I cry?
You start crying, and Meepo holds you in an embrace, patting you lightly in the back, and you go,
Oh, Neepo, don't cry. I'm here.
Yeah, that's all Thorn's gonna do.
Now it is the goblin's turn. The one that just got pretty much gutted by Seeker uses their nimble escape to disengage with a bonus action and dart a full-on dash towards the room behind the other blockade. Then there's the turn of the other goblin. That one is going to try to shoot you because you're just 10 feet away from them. From this distance, it's not hard for them to shoot. So it connects with your skin, doing a total of 4 points of piercing damage. And I need you to do a constitution saving throw as well.
6.
The numbing sensation comes back, and you struggle to continue standing as you gently place yourself down on the ground. The goblin does not wait to see what happens. They shoot, turn around, and go into the door, escaping this area. The other goblin also turns around and darts through the door, leaving you by yourself. And that's basically the end of the combat for this area, as Mortis and Methuselah comes in shortly after to find you slowly getting yourself on the ground.
As soon as Mortis is able to confirm that the goblins have retreated, he's just gonna turn to Seeker and just be like, oh dear, hate to see you like this. Let me see if I can do something to help. But he's going to put a hand on their shoulder and use his lay on hands to cure them of the paralysis.
A warm sensation takes over the body of Seeker, originating from the area that Mortis placed their hand on. And with it, the numbness is washed away, and you feel better. Still hurt because of the arrow wounds, but better and moving.
Oh, thank you, Mortis.
It's the least I can do. You were very brave in charging ahead like that.
Well, if you guys don't mind, I'm gonna go check on Thorn and Meepo to see if they're alright.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
You just take a moment to rest, Seeker.
We'll secure this area.
Then I'll go back to see Thorn and Meepo.
You take your time going through the cow shops and the hallway, and you do find the kobold and the goblin tightly embraced as the goblin, disguised as a kobold, is crying and crying and crying.
Oh, are you two alright?
Thorn is still just like crying and like sniffling.
Oh my, what happened?
Neepo's not feeling well.
Oh no, Thorn, was it the goblins? Did they say something?
Who's Thorn?
Oh, sorry, Neepo.
Oh, yeah, Neepo, did they were mean to you?
Thorn kind of just like sniffles and like just like is just like rubbing his eyes. Doesn't seem like he really wants to chat.
Well, take all the time you need to sort of take a little break for now. I can maybe go get the others and then we can take a sort of moment to reconvene before we continue.
Thorn like sniffles and kind of hiccups and he looks at Methuselah and goes,
Are the goblins okay?
Yes, the goblins, they were able to escape. Just fine. I'm gonna go get Mortis and Seeker so we can have a bit of a rest. You two just stay put, alright?
Mortis, as you are just helping Seeker up, you notice that the place is like almost as if it was a patrol spot for people to, maybe the goblins, to take guard, take position, and like make sure that nobody comes this way to guard this area. Another thing that you do find is a broom on the side.
Can I loot the area?
Yes, please do an investigation check.
Natural 20.
11 copper coins is what you find. You found 7 silver coins as well. You find 1 gold coin. You find a very rudimentary dagger, which must have been theirs before they ran away, as well as a small bundle of 4 goblin arrows. Within amidst all their area of like sleep and resting and stuff like that.
I just want to say that like Methuselah's coming back to see y'all, and I imagine he's trying to get back like very carefully but also going fast, so there's little like hops as he's trying to like move around.
Methuselah hops their way back to the room.
I think we should get rid of that body.
Why?
I think Thorn's a little upset.
Why, were they friends of his or something?
I don't know, but they were sort of conversing.
Yes, I didn't attack blindly. They paralyzed Seeker and one hit you and...
Oh no, I don't think that you acted wrongly. I just think that for Thorn's sake we should probably take care of this before he sees it.
Yes, of course, I can do that. Mortis is gonna move over to the body and he's gonna, before he picks it up, he's gonna do a quick prayer to She, just be like, my apologies that I had to end your life like this. And then he's gonna pick up the body Assassin's Creed style.
Seeker is going to pass the gold piece to Mortis and 5 of the silver to Methuselah.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
What do you do with the body?
Just looking around, is there a place where I can hide it?
There are tarps and furs in one of the corners of the room, because that's basically where they kind of like sit down and rest. You could hide under those, make a pile and cover the body.
Well, I guess in that case, he'll put the body down and, just arrange the thing and hide the body as best he can.
You do your best. It's a little bit hard to see because the torch is still back on the hallway, but because of like the corner and how the light is coming in from the hallway, you can kind of see it, and you successfully cover the body.
Well, we could sort of go back and maybe see how they're doing before we head out.
Yes, might be good to recuperate before we move forward.
I do think seeing how sort of Thorn reacted to these goblins and us attacking them, maybe we should be a little bit careful when confronting goblins.
Indeed. I know I acted in self-defense, but to be honest, I acted a bit rashly. We should we should attempt diplomacy first.
Yes, and maybe since Thorn does speak their language, we could let Thorn speak.
Yes, that could be a plan, letting Thorn speak.
I mean, if Thorn is willing. I know it's strange, but I feel like that's the best way to get through to, the other goblins.
The fewer people that have to die in our path, the better.
Methuselah, you also see a broom on the side.
Pointing out this broom. It's very ominous.
Can I take the broom?
You take the broom.
It leaps to life and kills you.
Can I take the broom and start trying to clean up the blood on the ground?
I just wanted to stop saying that you carefully go through the hole. I just want to stop describing that.
I'll be
Yes,
honest.
you can.
I didn't put that together in the slightest. I was like, why do you keep pointing at this broom? It's very random.
Okay, fine. I will smear the blood around
First.
and then I will notice that, this might be useful, and then I'll start sweeping away the spikes on the ground. Just for you, DM.
As these guys were doing this whole thing with Methuselah going over and talking with everyone, could Thorn have at this point pulled away from Meepo and taken out his book and open it to the blank page and try to communicate with his patron?
Yes, you can.
He opens it kind of sadly and he's kind of just are you there?
Oh. It's what is written back.
I'm so sad. I want to play a fun game. I want to have fun.
What game you want to play?
Anything fun. Anything to take away any pain.
Fun and pain take away? That's all you have to say. And with it, Thorn collapsed on the ground. Thorn is unconscious, but Thorn is in a marvelous dream. A dream of colors, a dream of lights, full of butterflies flying amongst them in a beautiful paradise. You guys come back to see Thorn on the ground, sleeping, with its book open beside it.
What is Meepo doing?
Meepo is actually sitting beside Thorn, petting their big hair. There, sleep well.
Oh my, is Thorn alright? Meepo, sorry.
Meepo is asleep. They cried so much they fell asleep.
Well, I'm not sure how safe this place is, but I don't know. I want to say we should stop for a rest, but I'm worried those goblins could come back at any moment.
We could stop for maybe sort of a short rest.
Well, yes, I suppose so long as one of us is keeping watch, all should be well.
In that case, you guys barricade yourselves within this empty room before the hallway of caltrops that has been nice and swept away to create an open path for you guys.
I'll use my Song of Rest so anyone recovering hit points get an extra d6. And the song that I play is a sad song in memory of the dead goblin.
You've reached the end of this episode of the Sunless Citadel. Thank you so much for listening. Subscribe to us on whatever app you use to listen to podcasts, and be sure to catch the next installment of the Sunless Citadel every Thursday at 12 p.m. EST. If you like the show, please consider leaving a review. It's a small way to show your support that goes a long way. To connect with us, follow our social media accounts, and if you'd like to support us, you can head over to our Patreon to join the conversation, view sneak peeks of our next project, and discover our fantastic bonus content. Our intro score was created by Patrick Corton from Off the Beaten Path musical. The Sunless Citadel can be found in the Tales from the Yawning Portal by Wizards of the Coast. The world of Nosso Mondus was created by Pedro Stockler. Thanks again for listening from all of us at the Storyteller's Tavern.